Hello and welcome back to Yay Basketball, the basketball game show. Monday, December 16th, 2024. Streaming and recording live from the Yay Studio. Today with me, as always, I've got one spicy boy, Bob Aldrett.
Michael, thank you so much. Glad to be back and in the company of friends who wouldn't gatekeep me on what I would wear or how I would present myself fashionably in the world. More on that later.
Of course not. As well as Justin Moore.
You know, it's good to be here amongst friends.
And also, back with us again, a hardworking father of three, Trey Dishner.
What year is it, guys?
Oh.
Year of the rat.
2024.
Oh, we're coming up on year of the
What year is
snake.
it for you?
What's up, guys? Glad to be back.
Thank you so much for being here today, everybody. We really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, rate 5 stars, share with friends, and of course, as always, be sure to like, subscribe, rate with friends, all that stuff. Follow us at Yay_basketball on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Graham.
Last week, we played a brand new game called Guess That Take.
Guess that tape!
Sorry, I was really
Better
lost
late
on
than
that.
never.
Nailed it.
Trey, you want to try it with us?
Yeah.
Guess that tape!
That's
I'm always
one,
late.
please. Thank you so much.
Minus 20.
not ready yet.
It's minus 10.
Minus
It's minus 10 per. Bob hit us with a bucket of the week. We debated LaMelo Ball's standing in the league, whether KU and Mizzou is a top 5 rivalry in all of American sports.
What do you guys think?
Well, I put a poll on that episode. There were 3 options. The question of the poll was: Is Mizzou KU a top 5 rivalry in all of American sports? The options were yes, no, and obviously not. 85% of the vote went to obviously not. The other 15% went to no. So
That's whack.
I'm gonna say. However, you did backtrack a
Yeah, I
little bit.
did.
You don't still think that it is a top thing, do you?
Should Jalen Johnson win Most Improved Player of the Year?
Oh, you just asked questions. Ready?
He
just asked questions.
Shout out to D. Clark, Cactus, Connor, John Anthony, Mystic Marcus here. Shout out to everybody being here with us today. All right. Before we
Thank
get going,
you.
also go to yaybasketball.com for exclusive YB merch. We've got t-shirts, mugs, hats, stickers, and hoodies with a bunch of great designs. So go grab some of that sweet Yay Basketball merch. Now, this is the basketball game show after all. So before we dive into our first episode, game of the day, Justin, can we get an update on the scoreboard and a recap of our picks from last week, please?
You can indeed, Michael. Last week went well for some of us and not so well for others. The people that went well for, hey, Trey, looking at you. Look at you. SGA over 41.5 points, rebounds, assists versus Dallas.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
39, 8, and 5. So a total of, let's call it 52. I think that math is right on that.
Very nice.
What?
What I would like to do is, did you already reduce the minus 10?
Yeah.
I would like to save that. Let's put them all together and remove them at the end.
Not a big deal. I
Cool.
can do
Let's
that.
just like keep a tally or something.
I got you. I had our boy Goga. Ventaz Day.
Unbelievable Goga.
Over 10.5 points versus the Milwaukee Bucks. He had 12, in case you remember.
I
That was a big 500 points to me because I obviously am still in first place. Hey, Bob. Giannis, you bet on my man, my guy, Giannis, over 47.5 points. Your bounce his first Orlando
I gotta
Magic.
stop betting on guys that I don't like.
yeah.
Sure, but also don't bet against, you know what I mean,
don't
like the
like Giannis?
one of the top 5 defenses in the league.
I
You what
know.
I mean, don't do that.
It happens.
He had 40, at 37.71, so 45. Close. No cigar, minus 200 for you. Hey, Michael.
Hey, it's me.
Luka over 45.5 points, rebounds, and assists versus the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah.
You were 1 game too early. One or
Yeah.
2 games too early, something like that.
Yeah.
He had
1 game.
16, 11, and 5. Wolf.
That
But
Oklahoma City
not a big
defense
deal.
is
Yeah.
brutal. Rough, yeah. Oklahoma City just clamped them. Not much you can do against them. But you know what? I don't think the Mavs are too upset. Oh boy, we get to 5 days off, get to chill out, and not have to fly to Vegas and all that stuff. So it's probably pretty pleased if you're a Mavericks fan there. So okay, so that's where the points are currently. Of course, we will accrue some points throughout the episode. Some of us will lose points throughout the episode. And at the end, we will bet them all away, and props to you. Somebody's going to spin the wheel, as you all know. So a lot to look forward to. And what a better way to start today's episode than something we haven't done in a very long time.
What is it?
And I'm very excited to bring it all back. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for everybody's favorite game.
Huh?
What did he say? Not a game.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
That's right.
Hey.
It's What Did He Say? The rules for this game are very simple. I will play an audio clip of an NBA player, personality, coach, or analyst. It will be your job, the three of you, to work as a team to guess who or what that person is talking about. Each correct guess is worth 100 points. In the event of an incorrect guess, I will receive the 100 points. 3 clips today. Are you ready to begin, team?
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty. Been a minute since I've rocked one of these, so let's see. Who is speaking in this clip?
We were getting the same looks. I think we slowed down a little bit. There's so much going on in these games. Kind of had to settle in first half, but our defense was great, so that carried over the whole game. And, offense comes and goes, but when you can play defense and kind of shut certain things down, I think we did a good job of that, and offense came late.
Who's speaking in that one? And real quick, shout out to Danny Churchill for long-time listener, first-time liver.
Oh,
Hey,
Thank you for
welcome.
being here.
This one's interesting.
Who is speaking in that?
I hear a lot of defense, so I go to OKC,
Sure.
and then I also hear late start in the game. SGA had a slow start, and then eventually picked it up. That's where my head was initially.
Okay.
Well, if we're talking about OKC, first guy that comes to mind on that team would be Alex Caruso. Don't really know what his situation would be. I don't know why I would think that, but is that why I'm getting the looks? Yeah, but my first guess would be Alex Caruso. If we're talking, who would you think it would be on Oklahoma? Let's get real.
He
here.
just said SGA, but
SGA,
yeah.
but who would you say? Who would you say?
That's not SGA. SGA has like a deep voice. I'm not.
Here you go.
I'm not. He's like, yeah, man.
That's true. So do you think it was another player?
I think it was. I think it is.
Also,
what do you
real
think?
quick, Danny Churchill says, mostly came just to toast Trey. Oh, I think it might have been it might have been a typo. Just to roast Trey about his Mizzou Kansas take.
No.
Because if it's toast Trey, he's like, nice, good take. But if it's roast Trey, I don't think he's saying so. That's up to you,
Hey,
Danny,
you know what?
Danny
It's
Churchill.
toast.
Yeah.
It's that time of the year.
Cheers.
We're toasting, okay? No roasting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we going
We're
glass half
toasting.
full on that, Trey? Are we saying that he's saying toast or roast? What do you think?
Will the Pelicans blow it up this year? And trade Zion.
All right, let's get
CJ,
it. You want me to play it one more time or what?
I do, because my first thought was
He says definitely not toast.
was Lonzo Ball talking about the Bulls' ridiculous game against, I think, the Hornets, where they missed like 75 threes combined. But can I hear it again?
Yes, let's hear it one more time, shall we?
Thanks.
We were getting the same looks. I think we slowed down a little bit. There's so much going on in these games. Kind of had to settle in first half, but our defense was great, so that carried over the whole game. And, offense comes and goes, but when you can play defense and kind of shut certain things down, I think we did a good job of that, and offense came late.
Offense did what?
Oh!
Is this
Should we just
Jalen
say
Suggs?
Better late than
J-Dub?
never.
Jalen Suggs?
No.
Oh, maybe it is a
Their
Magic
defense is always
player.
really great, but their offense is going to come and go because they're missing players.
You're right.
My vote is Jalen Suggs talking about the Magic
Or
in a game.
We might be talking about players who are going into like this the tournament, obviously the final.
Oh, that's true. I like the OKC. I don't know who it is. Let's go with Alex Caruso because it's not SGA's voice.
Trey, last time, who do you think?
Who do you guys think? I think it's Caruso.
That works.
I think it's Caruso.
All right.
Okay, final answer. Going with
Caruso.
Caruso.
I think we're going with Caruso.
Caruso. Is it a 3 for 3? All three of you say Caruso?
Yeah.
Okay. You're on Caruso too?
Am I for Caruso?
Okay. I guess not. He's
trying.
on it. He's on it more than I thought he'd be. In case you're not aware, Trey is serving his punishment for the month of November, in which he has to answer every question asked to him in the form of a question. That's why the random, is DeJounte Murray? Whatever,
Should the Pelicans blow it up?
yeah, it's like, what? How are you today, Trey? What about Alex Caruso?
Jalen Johnson, MIP.
All right, let's find out who was speaking in that one.
Oklahoma City Thunder, jack of all trades, because he doesn't really have a position. Jalen Williams.
got us.
No, it was Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams in that one. Jalen Williams and the Oklahoma City Thunder defeated the Houston Rockets in the Emirates NBA Cup semifinal, 111-96 on Saturday, to advance to the championship round where they will face the surging Milwaukee Bucks. Bob, are the Thunder a lock to win the Emirates NBA Cup title, and are they your favorites for the Larry O'Brien in June?
That is a great question, Michael. We are just, 30% through the season? Maybe 33% through the season here?
Sure.
And I would say, I'll always give these percentages. I would say that Oklahoma City has looked the best. I know the Bucks and the Thunder both have the same best 15-game stretch, both being 12-3. So obviously both of these teams look very good. I do like OKC to win this game. I like SGA to win MVP, and I like OKC to win it all. Right now, Oklahoma City, if I'm looking at, again, 33% of the season here, they look so good. Defensively, they shut down all of the right teams, all the very good teams. They make it hell for Luka Doncic. They make it hell for Nikola Jokic. I absolutely love the way that the Thunder are operating right now, and it all has to do with MVP winner SGA.
That's MVP-ness. Listen, that's the thing to say. Who would say that? You know what I mean? MVP-ness.
Who would say that?
I don't. I just don't. I agree with some of what you said. Obviously, the MVP thing to me is a non-starter. To be fair, I think the championship game is going to be a really good one. I think it's going to be a very fun watch. But I think in single elimination games, the best player is usually going to win. In like a high pressure moment. Who's had more high pressure moments in the league than Giannis, right? There's very few guys that have. And so I feel like if a guy can close out an NBA Finals with a 50-point performance, why can't he solve a really good Oklahoma City Thunder defense, but is missing a very big portion of their rim protection, which Giannis is very great at attacking the rim. So I could see that one going either way. My head leans the Thunder. I want the Bucks to win that by a mile. But I don't buy them as a title winner. I don't think they're going to make the finals. I just don't think they're coming out of the West. You look at me like that. I think they're going to win like one less game.
I just think so far.
I guess 2 less games than he thinks they're going to win. I don't see that happening. I think they're still not quite there yet.
Trey, are the Thunder a lock to win the Emirates NBA Cup title, and are they your favorites for the Larry O'Brien in June?
Are they my favorites?
That is what I
I think they are the favorites, but I do not think that they're going to win the Emirates Cup. And who I think is going to win it is the Atlanta Hawks.
Well,
They're
they're
out.
in it.
They're out. It's between them and the Bucks.
Okay,
The Bucks or the Thunder?
Got me.
That aged
Okay, so
very
it's
quickly. That's the fastest cold take we've ever seen.
Rats.
Busy few days. No. I think they're going to win it. Yeah, I think they're the favorite. They were the favorite. With the Hawks being out, I think the Thunder are going to win it. Even with missing Chet, they got Shea. He's MVP talks. I think that they are
MVP-ness.
a front runner to win the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Larry O'Brien Trophy. Yeah, I think they're the favorite to come out of the West, and yeah, I think they have enough to do what they to close it out.
I also think the Hawks are the lead. Or sorry, the Thunder are the Thunder. Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting matchup because you're right there, Justin. They are missing rim protection a bit without Chet, but they still do have the number one defense in the league. They smother teams, and really the way that the Bucks have kind of surged is by just Dame and Giannis scoring a lot, and so it's going to be kind of a question mark of. Can Dort, can Caruso, can those perimeter defenders affect Dame enough to where it is just the Giannis show, make everybody else, or make him beat you by himself? And, even if he has the best game of his career, he's probably still not going to score enough points and do enough things on the court to beat a really, really good Thunder team on his own. So I think I do pick the Thunder, and I do pick the Thunder to, I don't know if they're favorites for the title, just because the Celtics still exist, and it feels like the Celtics are coasting right now. They're still in neutral. They've got their good players taking games off here and there. Nobody's seriously injured. Celtics didn't make a serious move, and I don't know why they would be not the favorites still. But the Thunder are my favorites to get out of the West, of course. So, all right. Are we ready for round 2?
Yes.
Always have been.
Are you guys ready?
I'm only ready for round 2.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Round 2 up. What did he say? Who is Brian Windhorst talking about in this clip?
First off, he's shooting 47 or 48% on 3. He's one of these guys who's like 95% of his shots are from 3. In clutch situations, because I've noticed him hit a couple of clutch threes. Yeah. He's 5 out of 7 in clutch situations this year. Last 5 minutes within 5. I saw a couple of them live. But I think the point is that he's developing a situation where Doc Rivers is willing to play him down the stretch in close games.
More information than I might have given you normally.
You son of a gun.
Have at it.
That's AJ Green.
Is it AJ Green or is it Torian Prince?
It's AJ Green.
Okay. AJ Green. Not AJ Blue? AJ Red?
Or white.
Well, kind of.
Any input from Trey over here?
I was going to give him a pass.
I want to say that.
So do you remember last round when I said it was SGA, and then again I was like, well, maybe it's J-Dub. And we kind of looked at each other, and then I was like, oh man, maybe should have followed that. I'm going to tell you guys right now, follow me on this AJ Green path.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
It can't be Gary Trent.
Are you sure?
Gary Trent Jr.?
Hell no. It's not Gary Trent Jr.
All right. We're going with AJ Green.
AJ Green. Final answer?
Michael's Lord.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's see.
One guy that I would say has actually kind of made a small but important impact for the Bucks in this turnaround is AJ Green.
Yes, it is right. Good job, Bob. You got it. Well done.
Good job, Bob.
I was like, it's between 2 players, and then Doc Rivers came up, and I'm like, done.
Yeah.
Done.
Solid.
After a very slow start to the season, the Milwaukee Bucks seem to have righted the ship, including a run that has landed them in the Emirates NBA Cup Final. Emirates. Good one.
Thank you.
Trey, can the Bucks keep this up?
Can the Bucks keep this up, Michael?
Yes. That is what
I don't
asked
know.
you.
I haven't been big on the Bucks. Giannis is an amazing player. When I'm looking at their depth chart, looks kind of rough. They are playing. What are they in their last?
4 and 6. Oh, sorry, they are 8-2 in their
8 and
last
2.
10.
8 and 2. So when you look at their depth chart,
3
you're like,
straight.
whoa, these guys are
Whoa.
looking kind of rough. But they're figuring it out and they're doing something. They're keeping it going, winning games. So when these players do come back, Chris Middleton, and these other players that are hurt, I think that it's going to help them out. So yeah, I don't see them doing anything like winning the Eastern Conference Final or anything like that. I think they win early or lose early.
Okay. Justin, can the Bucks keep this up?
I think the Bucks can keep this up, not because I think they're some title favorite, because now a lot of these wins have come against bad Eastern Conference teams, but they play in the bad Eastern Conference. So a lot of their games are going to be in the Eastern Conference. So in the Eastern Conference, I'm like, yeah, I think they can keep it up. So I think they can stay in the playoff hunt. And if they're in the playoffs, like I said with the NBA Cup, I feel like you got the best player in the conference. Why don't I think you can't go on a run in the playoffs as long as you get there? And I think they can get there. So I think they can be a scary team in the playoffs. Because again, playoff Giannis is kind of scary. Dame can get kind of scary in the playoffs. Do I think it's a likely? No. But it's still going to be fun to watch.
Yeah. Bob?
Yeah, I wrote down 2 things on here. First thing, Chris ankles. Chris Middleton's ankles are borderline non-existent. On defense, he is a turnstile.
Hey.
He just stands there completely. He's getting blown by. He has 0 actual pressure by the rim. He is an absolute liability on the defensive end. So it's one of those things where, like, how long are the Bucks going to put up with this? It's almost like a Warriors and Clay thing, but it's Bucks and Chris Middleton, and they're
That's
completely
worse.
different.
It is worse.
That's
it's
way
much
worse.
worse.
It is worse.
So not only that, but you talk about bad East, you're completely correct, dude. They're going to coast. They're going to make their way into an automatic top 6 probably just because it is the way that it is, but it's not impressive enough. are set up to win championships, and they don't have the depth to do that.
Yeah.
And while we're talking about AJ Green being fantastic, shout out to UNI, the what is that? The Missouri Valley Conference MVC, of course, but
That's a top 5 conference.
Oh,
in
without it.
all of American sports.
oh my god! Thank you. Someone had to say it.
When we're talking about questions, didn't they break KU's heart one year?
We don't talk about Ali Farouk Manesh, okay? We don't talk about that son of a bitch on this podcast, okay? We don't mention his name.
What year was that?
2009.
8 or 9, yeah.
It was like 10. It
Justin.
was like
that was your guys' year to win it. But
that was a good
I
one.
got him on. Please.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Just want to keep track of
I
this.
appreciate that.
No, you're good. Hey, don't apologize to me. I'm glad to remove
Anyway,
the points
depth
from you.
and ankles.
Depth and ankles, by the way, Chris Middleton's ankles spelled ANKHLES. I think they can keep it up. Yeah, like you said, it's mostly dependent on the conference. Giannis going thermonuclear, barring any injuries. If it's just the Damon Giannis show, then sure, of course they can keep it up. Supporting cast, whatever. They're finding supporting role pieces like AJ Green. Bobby Portis still kind of doing his thing every once in a while. Sometimes you got to pop out and show people. And that's about it. Doc Rivers is, I think he's just a walking fart, and that's how I feel about him. And
He's going to go see his throat guy.
yeah, his throat guy said, "Time to chill."
he's the one to up the score.
You got a throat guy?
He's got a knee guy.
Trey,
Do I?
Yep. All right.
Tell you what.
Okay, let's get to our final round here of What Did He Say? Round 3 of What Did He Say? Who is speaking in this clip?
Need to be methodical by stacking or playing the right way, possession after 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 possession, after possession, after possession, after possession, after possession. You guys got what I'm saying? Right?
Who is speaking in that one?
Can we hear it again?
No.
All right, I have two. I've got two. Paul Pierce
no.
or Jason Kidd.
Neither of those people.
Really?
That's an NBA coach. I think it's
Like Jason Kidd?
Derulo.
Jason.
No, I think it's the coach of.
Imogen Heap.
Isn't it?
Trey, while he's thinking.
You want to know what I think?
Yeah, what do you think?
Okay. Well,
I said, what do you think? Is that okay?
So we know it's not Doc Rivers.
The Hornets and the Bulls, they just set a record for like most miss.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So
the
it's probably
head coach
somebody from one
the
of their
Hornets.
teams.
Oh, Billy Donovan or that's Chicago.
Who is the Hornets coach?
That is Keith Lee.
I am
Keith
floored
Lee.
by this. I can't believe you guys didn't see this clip.
I didn't see the clip. I
should've
heard
known
about
this.
it, but then I forgot
I
about
thought
it.
this went turbo
Possession.
viral. I thought this was a gimme. I'm not going to play it for you again. It's 40 seconds.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
You also,
cut- no,
also
no.
you
I
got
think it-
you got it. Like it's the same thing.
Somebody from the Bulls. Maybe it's from the from the Hornets.
I think it's head coach of the Hornets.
Head coach of the Hornets.
Head coach of the Hornets. Final answer.
Charles Lee.
Charles Lee.
All right. Wow.
Oh, no
I
way.
can't believe it.
The reigning NBA Coach of the Year. Welcome to the show, Mike Brown. Yes, sir.
I can't believe you guys didn't see that. Wow. So yes, just so you're if you're listening at home and you
does
didn't
sound
get a
like
chance to
Mike
see this, that is an unedited clip of head coach of the Kings, Mike Brown, saying possession after possession after possession for 40 seconds straight in a real press conference that happened earlier last week. I loved it so much. Not a whole lot of a topic here. I don't really want to talk about the Kings. They're still in 11th place out in the Western Conference, I believe. Or sorry, 12th now. But I did just want to, I really wanted to play that one, just get it on the show because I thought it was so funny. And we were doing What Did He Say this week? I thought it was perfect timing. And I also thought I'd say, do you guys have any favorite press conference quotes? Because I've got a couple queued up here. I've got one of Bob's lined up ready to go here.
But that was not fair tonight. And this is not happening first time for us. Scotty Barnes is going to be all-star. He's going to be the face of this league.
Scotty Barnes. Scott's going to be all-star.
All-star.
He's going to be face of this league.
Face of this league.
The beginning of that, by the way, he's like the reporter asked him, kind of like, what was up with the free throw discrepancy? He's like, yes, thank you, Mark. Thank you very much for bringing that up. The way he starts is so pointed. I love that. I love it.
Favorites? I don't know, but I love the interview very recently from New York Knicks point guard Jalen Brunson in the locker room about the dice being rolled.
By Trae?
By Trae Young. And his response was
I didn't see what he said.
It was awesome. He goes, well, if we don't want him to do that, then we should win the game.
That's a good one.
And it just hit so hard.
Not nearly as great as Trae Young telling all the fans to go home.
Go.
Yeah. Of course, there's the practice. Talking about practice, of course. I can't talk about playoffs without referencing this.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Playoffs, of course. I think
They are who we thought they were.
Yeah, we are who they thought we were. I'm a man. I'm 40. That's a really good one.
Any Joe Mazzulla press conference, essentially.
Yeah.
So what did you think of?
we are simply servants of death upon this great world. Like
they're like, so what did you think of the big three? He's like, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
I didn't hate the JJ Redick one from recently. I just did.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a douche move, but like, okay, I mean, if you're going to do it.
This one from Fizdale a couple years ago.
I know Pop's got pedigree and I'm a young rookie, but they're not going to rook us. That's unacceptable. That was unprofessional. My guys dug in that game and earned the right to be in that game, and they did not even give us a chance. Take that for data.
And he slams the tablet down and walks out. Take that for data and walks out.
This isn't a basketball one, but
Sure.
the one I'm just here so I don't get
Bro!
fined. Yeah.
I'm here so I won't get fined.
I'm here so I won't get
so I
fined.
won't get fined. I'm here so I won't get fined. I'm here so I won't get fined. I'm here so I won't get fined. I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Love that. That's one of my
Michael.
favorite
Thank you.
ones ever. Yeah, I was about to play that one. That's one of my favorites.
There was
as
like
well.
there was this kid from Nickelodeon that walked up and was like, please, can I just please ask you this question? And Marshawn like looked at him and was like, he legit was like, I'm sorry. I'm just here so I won't get fined. Apologize.
Another one. This isn't not the same thing of that, but that kid asking Tom Brady who his hero is, and he goes, my dad.
My dad.
But then, like, the way that people have like used it for memes, it's like when people ask, when people ask who Eli Manning is to Tom Brady, and he goes, my dad, because he beat him in 2 Super Bowls. All right, cool. Just wanted to get that one. Just wanted to get that one on the record.
And the
there.
Sacramento Kings, the Pacific Division as a whole, only 2 games I think separate the entire Pacific Division.
Cool.
Super tight division. Everyone else is all over the place.
I mean, the whole conference is shuffling. So
yeah.
All right. So then that was What Did He Say? And with that, no bucket today.
Oh.
Swish.
But in place of Bob's buckets, we've got Trey filling in for Trey's Fact of the Day.
I make it rain, I make it rain, I make it rain on them hoes. I mean, while we're referencing things, shout out Lil Wayne.
Yeah, man,
But
we'll just pop.
Hell yeah.
last night, the Warriors and the Mavericks combined to make or rain 48 three-pointers, which was the most in a game in NBA history.
Yes.
Crazy.
So with that being said,
It was 21 and 27, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Do you think that do you think the NBA is going to stay in the 3-point heavy type game, or do you think that we may transition back into, the traditional big man? Because why I'm saying that is it does work out for some teams. It could be kind of a do or die type of thing. Because when you look at, for example, the Chicago Bulls have the second most made threes, and it doesn't seem to really work out for that team, but it works out for other teams. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that it will work? Do you guys think that we will stay in this 3-point heavy type of game? Steph Curry, kind of paved the way for that.
So it's like this, right?
Yeah. It seems like it's going up.
It's
Yeah.
like there's little dips every
Yeah.
couple of years, but ultimately, if you look at the grand big scale, we are skyrocketing towards more
Yes.
threes. It doesn't. I'm not saying help because it's a negative. I don't view the more threes as a negative necessarily, but the Celtics winning their title the way they did by just being the most 3-point prolific team, not ever, but like taking more 3-point attempts, and it just comes down to simple math. So unless there's like a rule change, which I don't see on the horizon anytime soon, at least, it ain't changing anytime
agree
soon.
with
Also because of players like Victor.
Yeah.
He's 7'6" and he's shooting from 40.
All the bigs, it seems like
Right, all of
they're
that's like a huge skill now. Yeah, of
they're
course,
like a
right.
Stretch.
Yeah, so I don't think it's going anywhere.
Yeah.
Do teams eventually realize that, yes, the Celtics won that way? Do you know why? Because they had 5 guys that could shoot threes. Your team they have 5 starters that can shoot threes outside of, and then they have other guys that can do it as well.
Yeah.
Most teams, you don't have 5 starters that can shoot threes. You barely have 5 guys that can shoot threes at the same clip as the Celtics can. For the Bulls, like the Bulls and the Hornets, right? Like I mentioned earlier, miss 75 threes in a game. That's horrible to watch because I can go to any high school game and watch them miss 75 threes. Like I can do that.
Right.
But I do think somebody will find a different style of play that the rest of the league isn't ready for yet because they're all trying to play a different way. And so if they're going to get, you know what? We're going to get high volume looks in these high volume areas because you're too busy trying to guard out here. And we're going to dump in and we're going to do this or we're going to do that. I do think somebody's going to revolutionize the game because it's sports. I feel like that's what we kind of always do. But I disagree. I do think they're potentially going to change the court.
But
I
wait,
do think they're going to do that.
What was the number? How many threes was it again last night that they broke?
48 threes.
I also, though, wasn't there a just
just
want to be sure, Mark.
Jim,
I also got him once
Maybe
earlier.
I think you're like asking.
I
me
got
an
him on an
actual question.
okay as well.
And also got him once earlier in this segment. Wanted to be sure you got him on that one as
Hit him
well.
with a 7. I like it.
Okay, cool. Also, just wanted to. But earlier, wasn't it last week that they broke there was a record for most missed threes in a game?
That's what I was just talking about.
Right. We're saying about the same thing. Bob?
Yeah, so
confused.
I've often mentioned the balance before, at least on the podcast, of the balance of the 3-point shot. We see already defensively, we're seeing defense teams, defense first, we're seeing a lot of that OKC stuff kind of take over. The meta changes, over time, of course. The last 10 years have all kind of been the same. The Steph Curry threes evolved in the right way. But hey, there were some alternate timelines where other teams were like, oh no, that's the answer. When in reality, the answer was just defense, team first, transition offense that looked good. Unfortunately, teams like the Bulls and the Hornets and other undeveloped franchises, I should say, in that sense, over the last 10 years, if you look at it.
You're not wrong.
These franchises looked at the wrong thing and were like, oh no, that's what we're doing. That's how we're winning. And so when everyone zigged, it was the OKC Thunder that zagged and took that defensive route. So yeah, Trey, I totally believe that the game changes. Like the meta will change. And you're correct. Data shows that it's going to be more threes over time.
Yeah.
But who's to say it won't come back around? We don't know that. Hope is not a strategy, but I totally hope, and I do see that it
and
getting more different. It's just going to be different.
And not to cut you off, but there's a team that I've been watching that I see that doesn't shoot really good at threes, but are still winning games that are getting to the line.
Who is
and
it?
Houston Rockets and Alperen Şengün. They don't shoot as good at threes, but they're getting to the line. They're playing defense.
Yeah.
So they're that style of team that isn't relying on the three, but it's still working out for them.
It literally proves the point
Yeah.
that we're trying to make of
Yeah.
like defense first. Tari
Wow.
Eason is the number one
That's crazy.
in defensive efficiency for one player.
That's shocking for European bigs so skilled like him. Only 1.5 3-point attempts.
Yeah.
He's not good at them.
He's very good at the line,
yeah, he's
though,
shooting
right?
25%. No, I'm not knocking him for it. I'm
No, yeah,
saying
for
it's
sure.
surprising. Normally, you see a European big like that. That's one of their upsides is the 3-point ball. So it's surprising, but good.
Because if the league does leans more toward, it's easier, in my opinion, to find athletic wing guards that can cover the perimeter than it is to find super talented guys that can shoot. Because you're not Steph Curry, I'm not Steph Curry. Right?
Steph
Most
Curry.
of the league isn't, and most of the league can't shoot threes at a very high clip. You know what? Anybody in an NBA team can probably kind of do for the most part. Play defense because it is a lot of effort, and they're all tall, lanky guys. Like they're all that. Like I don't know. It's easier to find that, so it's easier to replicate. So that's why you have coming up soon the Magic, right? If their 2 stars were healthy, we'd be talking about them potentially being a title contender.
Yeah.
Like
John Anthony makes a really good point here. He says, Houston reminds me a lot of that grit and grind Memphis team that's an outlier from the crowd trend, but is very successful regardless. I agree. Because you're right. They don't shoot a lot of threes, but they do hustle. They've got what is it? Jalen Green and
Thompson.
He's
a freak,
Bill Simmons calls those two guys the Terror Twins.
Oh, that's Tari Eason and
Tari
Amin
Eason.
Thompson.
Okay, yeah,
Shout
I
out
love
them.
that name, by the
Yeah.
way. The Terror Twins.
Outstanding.
Holy moly, what a great name! So
I like what Ime Udoka is doing down there.
Yeah, totally different styles
yeah.
too. If you want to compare like what you said, grit and grind versus, Ime Udoka's operation. I mean, you're looking at a boot camp versus a summer camp. You know what I mean? Like, it's a completely different operation.
We're laughing about the same thing, aren't we? Yeah. Okay.
What'd I say?
Udoku.
Yeah.
Ime Udoka.
Yeah, it's Udoka.
Oh.
And every time you get corrected in the chat, and I never say
Did I
anything
say
about
that right?
it, but I think you said Udoka,
Okay.
yeah.
Udoka.
It's Udoka.
He's not Goku.
I literally have that might be one of the few ones I've mispronounced.
It's
No,
okay.
I know. It's just because you've been multiple times.
great.
And
so
also,
funny every
it's
time.
some of the time, it's like, sometimes you're just like saying it in a sentence quickly, and it's like kind of one of those that slips, whatever. It's no big deal.
No, it's fine.
I wasn't going to bring it up until we started giggling.
No,
Right, Bob. Come
Now
on.
they're firing off.
Now I'm going to flame them all. Now I'm flaming all of you when you fuck up from now on. It's Hartenstein, motherfuckers.
Chat's going crazy. Udoku, Sudoku.
I'm going to commit Sudoku if you guys don't stop.
Yeah. Bob wants to play Sudoku, Seppuku. Oh my god. Holy moly.
I need my prescription eyewear, my subscription eyewear, just so I can read this.
Oh, what a good time. Wow. That's right. It's the random question of the day. It's time for the random question of the day, where I ask one random NBA trivia question. If anybody gets it right, they get 1,000 points.
Did it before he did it.
Enough.
He only did it once last time.
It was bullshit.
That's the third time. That's unacceptable.
No, I triggered it a bunch. It was still going. Sorry. Okay. Dwight Howard, Superman, is a former NBA center who played 18 years in the NBA. He was an 8-time All-Star, 5-time All-Defense, 8-time All-NBA, and a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Your question today is, how many franchises did Dwight Howard play for in his 18-year career?
6.
Damn it. I'm going to go. I can't say the same number, can I?
You can.
Okay, 6.
I'm going to say 4.
So we have 6, 6, 4. You sure?
5.
Oh,
It's 7.
No, it is 7.
I fucking knew it. Too.
I didn't
was
know
like,
if he
I think
completed.
it's 6. No, it's 7.
I didn't know if he completed what they call the rainbow.
Is that you think why I brought it up? We'll get to that. Hang on.
Magic, Lakers, Denver.
The Rockets, the Hornets.
So Orlando,
the Hawks.
Houston, Atlanta, Charlotte, Washington, Philly, and LA twice.
Philly,
He played for
that's
7.
Philly.
Oh,
franchises.
Philly is no way.
Damn it. Yeah, that's my
Somebody
bad.
needs to pick that guy up.
So 7 franchises total. The LA thing twice. So teams. Right. Yes. By the way, just so you know, in that instance, if you had said 6 and 6 had been right, I would have given it to Bob because he was first.
Oh.
Just so you know.
Oh, well, I wish I would have known that.
Good to know.
Then I wouldn't have guessed 6. I would have guessed the 7.
Well,
But that's fine.
now you know.
Real
for the
quick,
is
would
what
you
it
be
is.
happy if they made it a three-peat? The Lakers?
If the Lakers made what a 3-peat?
Went
Oh,
after
brought him
Dwight?
back?
Yeah. Over Jonas?
My man did just a Dancing
Whatever.
with the Stars. He just wants to hang out with his family.
feel that.
Like,
Dwight,
I feel
I
that.
mean, I don't think
Wouldn't
that-
it hurt?
I don't
Howard
think
have a family?
39-year-old
He looked
Dwight
good.
Howard is what you need right now.
he looked good doing
In
the.
China.
He looked
Taiwan.
good doing the
he
the
looked good in
paso
China,
doble.
not against Nikola Jokic. I don't think that's really comparable.
All I know is the last time we saw him, they won a title.
That's true.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
And granted, he wasn't playing Jokic at his peak, but he was playing Jokic.
You know what? They should sign
Just
Kareem.
saying.
Because the last time I saw him,
Just saying.
they won a title.
He was
looking strong, man.
All right, let's get the curiosity corner, shall we?
Ah.
Interesting. Welcome to the Curiosity Corner. It's the place where we ask and answer all the questions that I'm just curious about.
Is he having a stroke?
Bob, I'm just curious. Just because I'm curious.
Totally.
It's fitting that we ask you this first.
Yeah.
You like the Schroeder deal? Schroeder to the Warriors? You like that?
What?
I'm just curious.
I thought the Atlanta Hawks made the Emirates Cup final.
Oh, that was good. Holy moly.
Yeah, real quick. Watching that Houston game, don't get me started with the refs. Billy Kennedy, talking to you. The one thing that was glaring was the fact that the Warriors had no other. I can explain, and I know I will disprove whatever you think you're right on, because you're wrong. Anyway,
So do you like the Schroeder deal?
I love, because we got rid of DeAnthony Melton, who
was
unfortunately got injured. I
How
was
many
really
picks did
looking
they trade, though?
I was 5 second rounders. It's nothing.
Did you see?
We don't need that. But
No
Something
way.
like that. But did you see he can't fly to the other side of the country because he can't get on a plane because of his injury?
it's literally brutal. Anyway,
Wait,
DeAnthony
hold
Melton,
on.
I was very excited
What?
for. Or is it 3 second rounders?
It
It's
was not
even-
5.
So I think it was 3.
It's 3 to 5.
They
It was
got
not
they got
5.
one in return. So really,
A 20 rounder.
They're receiving.
they received a second round pick. They sent out 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So ultimately, it was
Hey,
injured
hey.
Melton and two
Yeah.
picks.
and second round draft picks these days are going a dime a dozen. They're just shipping these things out these days anyway. So really nothing big there. To get Dennis Schroeder in there as a secondary scorer, as a secondary playmaker, it's going to be a massive help. It's what DeAnthony Melton would have been helping with. It's what Schroeder now will do. He's been good lately. I like to see it. Good trade. And hey, he's a psycho. He was going to die for Ben Simmons in that tunnel against that kid, okay? So that is exactly what I want. I want a psycho on the team with Draymond, willing to die for them. So
What is his
I'm in.
role though on this squad?
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun little. He's definitely gonna be the 2 guard that Brandon Pajimski should be. Wow, talk about a sophomore dump.
Yeah,
is more
yeah.
like it.
Oof.
Sophomore
We can't train
dump.
him for long.
Pump and dump.
He's
Jeez
Jesus
Louise.
Christ. Anyway, so long term, who knows what's going to happen with pods? But short term, you need Dennis, you need Steph just to really be playing the way that they need to be playing. So I like it.
Justin, do you like the trade?
Yeah, I mean the trade's fine. I think you know what they're gonna do. I think they're gonna actually move him. I think they're gonna reroute that because that's more attractive to any teams than secondary picks, second round picks,
A
or
mid level contract.
Yeah, I think they're gonna move Dennis Schroeder for somebody else. But also, I don't want to hear about mission call to a fucking moving screen city out there in fucking Golden State. So
Yeah.
Hold on. The moving
shut up!
screen?
Oh,
it's
whoa,
not
whoa,
even
hey,
the moving screen, you idiot.
No, what I'm saying is a franchise has gotten away with so much for so long that we all know and we all just accept it and we all have just said it for years. And now they're mad that they lose one game
move
against
on.
a team they haven't lost to in 5 years and they're mad about it. Shut up.
You
Okay.
didn't
Trade's
watch.
fine, though.
You
Trade's
didn't watch
pretty
the
good.
game.
Trade's fine. Trade's
Yeah,
fine.
trade's pretty good.
Trey, you have
didn't
Schroeder on
watch
your fantasy team. Are you excited about this trade?
Am I excited about this trade, Michael? Actually, I was gonna tell you to save that clip for when I'm trying to send a little juicy trade over to one of you guys for Shooter. But I think this team.
Yeah, I didn't like that trade.
I don't know why you didn't. You said you want.
You know what I said?
You thought about it.
You want to know what I said? Go
What?
back to the text. I said I need a forward.
Yeah, I know. But
And what did you send back? Two guards.
We can get there in the fantasy.
Real,
folks.
okay. Oh, we'll get there. Meet us back in the fantasy.
We're in
focus,
the
but-
we're at the curiosity
okay.
corner.
Okay, sorry.
We're on
You're
the
curious,
corner
so
right now.
I like the trade for both teams. It was a win-win because Schroeder helps out the Warriors. He fills in DeAnthony Melton's spot, who's helpless on the bench with a torn ACL. It helps the Brooklyn Nets out because Schroeder was playing so well that they were winning too many games where they needed to tank. They needed to get rid of him. They needed the draft pick so they can go get Cooper Flagg, Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, one of the top draft picks.
All of them?
One of those top guys. So
Sorry, I misunderstood.
it works out for both teams because both teams win, and Schroeder's going to help out, open up Steph Curry. I guarantee you, it raises his no Diddy.
On air is insane.
Yes. Wake of LeBron's return. That's nuts.
No, but I think it's gonna help Steph out. I think it's gonna open up their offense. Schroeder he's a wild with the ball. He can open up a lot of things with his dribble. On to the next guy. You guys kill me.
Are you done? My God.
Yeah. No, it helps out both teams. Win-win, both sides.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I feel exactly how Justin did. Sure. So, I kind of just whatever. Trey, with the with the Jared McCain and Joel Embiid injuries, is are we doing TikTok dances? Wait, was that the whoa?
That's the TikTok, you know? Well,
Thank you.
Whoa.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay. Trey. If you're not watching, you gotta get to YouTube stat. If you're on Spotify, pull up the video immediately.
Oh my God.
Holy moly. Yeah, tell a friend about Trey's fucking moves over here. With one knee, he's out here TikTok dancing.
Golly.
We're gonna get until we gonna hurt himself.
Charlie D'Amelio, who?
Huh?
All right. Trey, I'm just curious. With the Jared McCain and Joel Embiid injuries, is the Sixers season officially over?
Is it over, Michael?
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
I think so.
That's it? You don't have anything else?
Yeah, they're done. They're done. Joel, okay, real quick. Joel Embiid, he's a train wreck. They're going to deal with this all year. Count it off. They're chalking off my points, guys.
How many do you think it's been at this point?
I'm going to guess.
It's not that bad.
Keep them coming, baby.
They're done. On the Bob. All right, who else?
Fuck you, Justin.
Actually,
Fuck
you know
you,
what?
didn't even get to talk about
Michael
this.
runs this show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we also just go in the same order every time. Justin?
Wait.
They don't love you like I love you. We're doing all the TikTok dances.
Forgot them, guys. Don't worry. I don't think their season's overall because they play in that crappy Eastern Conference.
Bang.
And they are in the 12th spot. Now, are they tied for the 14th
They are
spot?
in the-
Sure. But they're just a couple of games ridiculous. So, like, the Brooklyn Nets, we're assuming they're falling back, right? They're trying to anyway. The Chicago Bulls, I don't have faith in them to stay there. The Atlanta Hawks, I don't have faith in them to stay there. So, like,
What about the Hornets?
the Hornets are in 13th, so they're behind them.
LaMelo's gonna be bad.
That's okay. They're trying to lose, as
Hey, who
we
has the
discussed
better
in detail last time. And
Fair,
the best way to
fair,
lose is to
fair,
let LaMelo play really good bounce of basketball. So
We're not getting back into
no, we're
LaMelo,
not.
please.
We're not.
No,
We're not. We're not. We're
Please,
not.
please, we're not.
We're not. Listen, I don't think their season's over. Do I think they're going to realistically win anything? No, but could they be healthy at the right time and be scary? Sure.
Yeah.
But I'm not buying it quite yet. I gotta wait and see.
It's Pelicans propaganda all over again. I'm not fucking buying that shit.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I'm not buying it, Sixers. The most unfortunate and unlucky franchise in the league. That
done.
really sucks, dude.
They're done.
Bob. Continue.
That really sucks, dude.
He's pointing at the standings, Justin is.
Yeah, he's pointing at the Wizards. That's incompetence.
3-21.
That's incompetence. The
That's
Sixers
unluckiness.
situation is unlucky.
Yeah, we're unlucky.
That just really sucks to be a Sixers fan.
It sure does if you're a Sixers fan. Must suck. Glad I jumped the fuck off that train.
I remember that.
Yep, sure do. Listen, my phone is ringing. It's a scam call.
Answer it on.
Should I?
Online,
No.
can we?
Okay.
We got nothing else going on. Yeah, I love having the Pistons in front
like
of the
his
Sixers.
Hello?
The Horn.
Hello?
Hello, Michael.
They knew my name.
Name.
Cool. Probably want me to give him money or something. Okay. Yeah, no, the Sixers are cooked. Cooked. Although, here's the deal. Now, the point I was making about the Pelicans last week or a couple weeks ago, whenever it was like, as a front office, do you close it? No, because you never know what can happen. Runs happen, injuries happen, blah, blah, blah. I agree with that mentality as the Sixers front office. Don't fucking make any big trades. Don't sell anybody off.
Yeah.
Because you never know what could happen. And you're right. Healthy at the right time, scary at the right time, make it to the play-in, 1 game, 2 game, then you're facing, maybe the Cavs as a 1 seed? Like, who knows? I'm not saying they would beat them, but Joel Embiid, Paul George, and healthy Tyrese Maxey together against the Cavs isn't like a horrible matchup against the Cavaliers. I think they would lose, but like, of the 8 seeds, who there would have a better shot of beating them?
Healthy Joel's terrifying for everybody.
Exactly.
Like we just know that.
Now the Cavs probably have the best lineup in the East to stop
They
him.
do, but yeah.
No, of course that they are not going to. I don't think they will. But if in terms of mentality, yeah, don't ship them off. Don't make any big crazy trades. Okay, back to the Curious Center corner.
Clippers of the East.
Justin.
No. Where will we go?
I guess it'll be up to you. Have the Mavericks found their mojo? as they sit there in the 3 seed. 4 seed. Oops.
4 seed.
My bad.
Well, 3-ish.
Half game back.
3-ish seed.
Half game. Yeah, tied.
I think the Mavericks are doing they're doing all right. I think they much to Mavericks fans' chagrin, because they played so well without.
I expected that to be a robocall.
Luka.
I didn't. I feel bad for him.
I hope that I really
real
wish they were
person.
like
Hello, Michael.
opening up with like your social security number. I don't know why.
Yeah,
just
just
live on
saying
there.
no.
Like, oh, oops.
Confirm your address
Screams it.
is
7776.
But I think they look good, and them looking good, providedly, without Luka Doncic, has hurt. I really fumbled it back.
There was an N in there somewhere.
Proves all of those Mavericks
Flame.
fans wrong that he should never have been the MVP because his team was already
MVP
performing well
-ness?
without him. So but they look fine. They look pretty good.
It's up to you, bud. Who's next?
Trey, what do you think?
What do I think, Justin?
Such a cop-out answer.
I know. I think the Mavericks have. I think they have found their mojo.
No, I think that would be a comma.
Oh.
What do I think? Comma. Answer. Right? It's fine. Continue.
It's all good.
either way.
I think the Mavericks have found their mojo, and Kyrie Irving has been playing amazing.
Amazing. What about the triple double from Luka?
Yeah, that's true.
More like
but
Luka.
he's been playing really good. He's averaging 24, 5, and 4, shooting 50 from the field, 47 from the 3, 85 from the free throw, and he's led wins against OKC, Denver, New York Knicks, and Atlanta without Luka.
Atlanta.
So even without Luka being there, they still have Kyrie. They did lose some pieces from this last season, but I think they're fine. I think they're good.
Is Kyrie like your second favorite player behind LaMelo?
I would say Kyrie's my favorite over LaMelo.
Kyrie number one?
Kyrie's number one for
Oh,
sure.
cool.
Yeah.
Is that just because he's been around for so long?
Yeah, I've liked Kyrie since he got drafted out of Duke.
So, like, when he was with Cleveland, were you like rocking?
Why
with the
Duke?
Cavs?
I like Kyrie a lot, but I did. It was tough when the Cavs and the Warriors started playing because I was a big Monte Ellis fan.
He wasn't there.
I know, but
Yeah.
Steph was like
He
a
liked
part of
Monte,
him
yeah,
leaving.
yeah.
So like I like Steph and I like the Warriors. So I was with the Warriors when they were playing.
You're just a big.
the Cavs.
You're like a big fan of just like elite
Players, yeah.
guards like that, right?
I love guards, but I like bigs too. I like bigs too.
Hey, yo.
But I
You like shot chucking guards.
Harrison
I like the
Barnes.
guards. I do.
So
I like scoring guards.
Harrison
Kobe Bryant.
Barnes at UNC versus Kyrie Irving at Duke. Insane match. Do you remember those?
Yeah, well, and I do remember that because he only played like what 11 games or
Very few.
He only
How many?
played.
Yeah.
Was what happened to him? He broke his knee or
He
something,
did
right?
something like that and ended
Yeah.
up playing like at the very end of the season. Like
Because
What a weird
But
season.
he was the number one, right?
number one pick.
And he only played and then he only played his rookie year. He only played his rookie year, and then LeBron came back, right?
Did he?
Yeah. Okay. I was wondering when
Wow.
we got him
So
on.
many.
We got him on a
10.
topic
We got
that he
you like
liked.
10,
So
dude.
many.
When we got him on Kyrie, I was like, "Oh, let's cook." All right, I'll go. Then you can go, Bob. I do think they found their mojo with a little bit of Luka back in the mix. Of course, Kyrie did carry the weight. The PJ Washington was playing fantastic. I should know. Excuse me, I've got him on my fantasy team. More on that in the Fantasy Focus later on for our fantasy freaks. But PJ Washington playing very well during Luka's absence. Kyrie playing very well during Luka's absence. And now Luka's back. And in the last couple games since he's been back, he's looked really good outside of that Thunder game. But like I talked about earlier, that Thunder defense is just suffocating. I think they can do that to pretty much anybody in the conference.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe outside of Jokic, because I don't think anybody can do that to Jokic, but, so they look pretty good, and I do think they found their mojo, and I think that they're going to be hovering around there for the remainder of the season without any injuries. I think they'll be in the 4 to top. I think they'll be 4 or higher for the remainder of the year, barring injury. Bob?
Yeah, I'll keep it short. I think they're going to stay in that 4 plus minus maybe 1. You know, if they finish the 5, I'm not surprised. 3, I could also see that as well. Obviously, Luka going thermonuclear 9 out of 10 games. You're just lucky if you catch him on that one game where he doesn't go off. You know, like that's the kind of season he's having. Kyrie looks great. PJ Washington standing on business. I still think Derek Lively is an outstanding basketball player, and he needs more time. He needs to develop more, just more playing time. I just like watching Derek Lively play, watching him run the floor. He's so intelligent in finding the space in between the screens, setting the right screens on the right sides, knowing the matchups. I'm a huge Derek Lively guy. and
Also a hard person to dislike, like person.
He's a high efficient player.
Because of the whole story of
terribly
him and his
difficult
mom.
person to hate.
Yeah.
And
He's
huge.
a cool guy.
I love Derek Lively.
Yeah. Okay, last one, then we'll move on to our game. Michael. What? You never saw that coming.
What
Nuts!
the fuck, dude?
Can you believe it? If the rumors are true, the Heat are fielding offers on 6-time All-Star Jimmy Butler. Where would be the best fit for him? So, I think we've kind of mentioned this before, a touch here and there. Now, rumors have come out that they don't want to make a move. They want to keep with their young core. But I'm looking around the landscape of the league, and if I just go play style, mentality, personality, all of that, I like Jimmy in Houston a lot. Put him alongside that, like we said, kind of grit and grind, like just that mentality, that kind of, like they just got that attitude about them. They've got that edge about them. And they need a closer. You mentioned it a couple weeks ago. Fred VanVleet, probably not that guy. They need a guy who can shoot from the perimeter. Şengün's fantastic. Not necessarily a perimeter shooter. Now, Jimmy's not a three-point shooter, but he can get you a perimeter shot when you need it late in the game. I'd like to see it. I don't know that it'll happen, but if I had to choose, that would be my spot. That would be my spot because I think that takes them to the next level without giving up too much depth.
I love that, Michael, and yeah, send him to the boot camp like I described. Ime Udoka. Not his team.
Yeah, I said
And here's the deal. Shut up, I know. And so here's the deal. If the Miami Heat, if Jimmy Butler went to the Heat and he didn't get the culture or wasn't a part of that and stuff, I mean, he essentially is going to Houston and he made Miami look like Weenie Hut Juniors.
Hey, yo.
And like the Heat culture is soft, is what Jimmy Butler would be doing by saying that. So either he's going to the Rockets in this grit and grind, boot camp, military style, or he goes to like the Pistons.
MVP-ness.
The Pistons. And then absolutely crush it, move up the East, say fuck you, and then just go on their own little run themselves with young guys as well. Or...
Just kidding. Obviously not.
No, they can't do that, but...
Justin.
I hear what you're saying about Houston, right? I think he, as a player, he fits there, right? What do you have to trade to get him, and what do you have that Miami would want? I don't think that they have the pieces for that.
Houston?
I don't. What are they gonna? What would you give up for a 1-year rental of Jimmy Butler?
Well, I think that any part of this trade would
You'd
be
have to
a part of him agreeing to the trade and him resigning.
Awesome. Now you have decrepit Jimmy Butler for the next 5 years.
I don't know that he's
so
decrepit. All right.
They'd probably have to give up
but that's-
Tari Eason.
They're not going to.
They
You know
would.
what I mean?
They would.
They
For
wouldn't
Jimmy
trade
Butler.
Tari Eason.
All right, so
promise you.
Cam Whitmore doesn't get the play time.
No,
Cam
because
Whitmore
th-
seems
that's
like
what I'm
a
saying. Miami
realistic-
doesn't want Cam Whitmore. That's would be my
Should be
situation
crazy.
there.
Would you give up Fred VanVleet?
Yeah, I would trade Fred VanVleet for a bag of peanuts. I just don't
Literally
like
insane.
We're getting a little
Your
bit
takes-
into the
Yeah, that's
minutia.
crazy.
At
But more-
55 minutes.
more
Not even
importantly,
at an hour.
He's going to wind up on a team with a veteran team that is going to have like one last chance to win, and I believe that that's going to wind up Golden State because they're going to move the Dennis Schroeder contract. They're going to ship that to Miami because they would rather have that than they would rather have the second round picks or the whatever, I forget who got D'Anthony Melton. It's like that's what they're going to wind up doing, in my opinion.
I don't hate it. Trade.
What do I think? Real quick. Had to throw that in there.
Real quick.
But no, I
Save
do like
yourself,
the Golden State thing. I don't think they'll move off of Schroeder. I think they would try to make it where they could keep him and maybe bring in somebody else, rather moving some of their players. But another team that kind of interests me and I feel like he would fit is the Memphis Grizzlies because we were just talking about how Desmond Bane isn't really playing the way that he
you're right.
has been playing. They got Jalen Wells starting at the small forward right now as a rookie. They got some pieces that they could give up. Jake LaRavia, he plays well. Luke Kennard.
Well, but Luke Kennard can win you a playoff.
He can.
So he could be a part of that package that goes to Miami where it's like Tyler Hero will be like, hey, bud, I'm the main scorer here.
Why Tyler Hero?
Yeah. Well, because he's like, I'm the main scorer. Because if Jimmy leaves, Tyler's definitely the main guy there, besides Bam, because Bam hasn't really been playing.
But
Tyler's
offensively,
been the man.
Bam's not the guy. Yeah.
So I think that Jimmy could go in there. I like Houston where he could go in and he could potentially be the number one scorer where they could give him the ball and let him do his thing. Memphis, same thing with Ja. I think they could be a good 1-2 punch with Jaren Jackson or
Him and
three
Ja, yeah.
men. But
Three
yeah,
of them,
I like all those teams that were brought up.
Cool. All right, so that is the corner, and we hit it, and we hit the corner. We made some money.
Yes, you did.
All of us. You made some money too, bud. You were doing TikTok dances a minute ago. Don't think that you're excluded from this.
Where'd you get those
All right.
moves?
All right, it's time for our game of the day, our final game of the day. And our final game of the day is one we haven't also played in a very long time. It's YB Time Warp. This one's fun. Hey. Oh.
Time Warp.
I'm not gonna lie. Chose this game because of the intro. Was looking around the soundboard like, what sound haven't I heard in a long time? This one. So here's how this one works. I will list 4 events. It will be up to you, Justin, Trey, and Bob, to work as a team to determine which year 3 out of the 4 of these events took place and which event did not occur in that year. If you get the year correct and tell me the odd event out, you each receive 200 points. If you can only tell me the year or the odd event out, you receive 100 points, and I receive 100 points. Just so everyone knows, we are operating on the calendar year here, not the season year. So if something happened in the off season, it applies to the calendar year. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Yep.
Good?
Does it sound good?
All right. Here are your 4 events. The NBA All-Star Game is held in Phoenix. Dikembe Mutombo retires at the age of 42. Also, just quickly, I think the first time I did this, I threw in like a false fact.
We're not doing that.
That's not what this game is.
Okay.
That was like I think that was like that's not what this is. All of these are accurate facts.
Gotcha.
So you're just trying to find when it happened, what the odd one out is.
Gotcha.
So if there's like extra little things in here, it's none of that. Right? Dikembe Mutombo retires at the age of 42. Kobe Bryant scores 61 points in Madison Square Garden. And Scottie Pippen is inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Give you a moment to discuss.
I feel like the Scottie Pippen Hall of Fame came before Kobe Bryant's 61-point Madison Square Garden game. So I think that if we lock into NBA All-Star in Phoenix, I don't know, that's kind of how I think of it.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I know, not know, but could imagine that if someone who won all these titles with the Bulls, you go to MJ's Hall of Fame around that time.
Trey, what year was Mutombo born?
1952.
Okay.
No, that's way 1954, 56. 1956. That's the last.
How would you know that off the top of your head?
I don't know. Is it?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Wasting time, Justin. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, because I think it's like 2011.
You think that?
Yeah, I think it is like 2011.
I was thinking a little before.
I think the year is 2011, and I think the odd man out. I think the odd one out is actually the Kobe Bryant game.
Really nice to remember when that was.
2010.
I was thinking 08. That was the.
Not you, sorry.
Just do your thing, yeah. Good. Especially with that.
So let's go to 09.
Okay.
Could we see? I don't know, dude.
All right,
Yeah,
the year is 2009. The Outliers Kobe Bryant 61-point game that happened in 2008. Or 2010.
Or 2010.
What? Let's
That
go
sounds-
with
I
what
think it
Justin
sounds
was saying.
2010.
Justin was on point. I think he was on point. Let's go
All-Star
with
game in
yeah.
Phoenix.
Yeah, why not?
Sounds about right.
So we want to go 09. Bryant is the outlier.
2012.
Nah.
Not 2012.
Nah.
2009.
2010.
2010. Okay. 2010.
Year.
2010.
Outlier.
Kobe.
Nope.
It was 2008.
It was not 2008. It was 2009, and the outlier was Scottie Pippen.
With that.
Scottie Pippen was inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame in 2010. Ooh. 2010.
Hey, you know what? I'll take that. That's
And
pretty
you guys
cool.
danced around it. You were very close. So let's see how you do on these next two. All right. Here are your 4 events. Going to really narrow it down for you here.
Thanks.
The Chicago Bulls win the NBA championship.
Okay.
Penny Hardaway is the Rookie of the Year runner-up.
Oh.
Dominique Wilkins is traded to the Los Angeles Clippers. And Isaiah Thomas suffers a torn Achilles in a game against Orlando.
Orlando Magic.
98.
Sad Orlando Magic.
I think I
Sad Cadabra.
Hey, real quick. I don't think I've ever asked this before. Is the outlier event always like 1 year away?
No.
It could be any
Oh,
year.
it could be any year away. So then maybe my no was a little too aggressive on you. They just usually happen to be that.
Did you
but-
say 98?
I did say 98.
I was at 98 or 99 were my 2 years.
Well, they won it in. They didn't win it.
They
in
didn't
98.
win in 99.
No.
But hey, guys, Penny Hardaway went to the finals with Shaq in '95.
So it could have been.
90, sorry, yeah, 95.
They run a three-peat.
5.
The Bulls did win a three-peat.
Yes,
They-
but what I'm trying to say is Penny Hardaway would have been in the league before '98 because he was in the finals in '95.
So I'm going towards his maybe one of the first championships.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So maybe around that.
So 1,
Yeah.
2, or 3.
Yeah.
91, 2, or 3. Would be around when Penny was that situation. That's also around when there was a Bulls title. I would say
What was the? What
Dominique.
were the three? Oh,
Dominique kind of coming to an
I
end
can
in
list them again if you
Atlanta.
want.
Kind of coming to an end in Atlanta fits around the
Early
93
90s.
situation. So I don't hate.
The 92.
I don't hate 92.
Yeah, 92.
And the outlier being
Dominique.
I mean, now we're getting to like Penny would not have been this. Penny and Shaq.
He was good. He was that good because there was.
I know,
just
but like
there was
now we're
just
getting
this-
like 91, and it's like I don't think Penny was in the league at 91, maybe 92. So then I'm thinking maybe Penny's the outlier here. If we're looking at Wilkins, Bulls championship in 92, torn Achilles in 91, 92.
yeah.
Well, because Isaiah was a
I'm
part.
kinda
No,
leaning
no, no.
towards Penny's there.
No, Isaiah, because Isaiah was a part of the Bulls. He was like the Pistons and the Bulls were like a.
In the late 80s.
They were always
early 90s. Yeah.
Isaiah was always a part of that. So if he wasn't,
He was
no,
still
there's
playing.
just the outlier. I mean,
Yeah,
we are splitting.
I'm big braining it.
A year here.
Yeah.
So it's 91, 2, or 3. Right? Is the year.
Yep.
And the outlier event could be any one of these. Did you say IT tore his Achilles against the Magic, and that was the end of the statement, or was there more to that statement?
One more time.
For the Isaiah Thomas, what was the full statement for the
Isaiah
Isaiah
Thomas suffers a torn Achilles in a game against Orlando.
in a game against? I didn't know if he said playoff game. I'm okay with saying like 92, and the outlier being Isaiah Thomas.
think so.
Yeah.
I think it's that and Penny.
You think it's 92 and Penny is the outlier? Because there was close to immediate success with Penny and Shaq together.
Cactus.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, let's go with that. We can go with.
Oh, it's off by 1 year and we're off by 1 year, and it's like, God damn it.
It just is
we
what
said
it is, yeah.
It is. 92. Outlier is Penny Rookie of the Year runner-up.
Okay, one more time. Final answer, please.
92. Penny Rookie of the Year runner-up.
92. Penny. Oh.
Nope.
No, little tricky here. The year is 1994, meaning the outlier is the Chicago Bulls winning the NBA championship.
That's a fair point. I was like,
Got us.
no, it wasn't. They didn't win a title that year.
And you were right about like like the Magic being so good with Penny and Shaq right off the bat.
Can I ask you this, and you this in particular? I'll pause the whole question thing because I'm
Yes.
just genuinely curious about your answer here. I originally had the Penny thing as Chris Webber winning Rookie of the Year. Would that have made it easier for you?
No.
Okay.
It wouldn't have.
Because I just, for whatever reason, I was like, I feel like Trey's going to be dialed into when Weber won Rookie of the Year. Okay. So I changed it to Penny winning runner-up.
That's one thing I wouldn't. That's one that.
Okay, just was curious. All right, round 3, final round. Here we go. 4 events. Gonna really narrow it down for you here.
I hate you.
The Boston Celtics win the NBA championship.
Okay.
It's only 18 years that can be.
Bob Pettit wins All-Star Game MVP.
Oh man.
Oscar Robertson wins NBA MVP. And despite zero video, photographic, or physical evidence outside of a picture of him holding a piece of paper, Wilt Chamberlain allegedly scores 100 points in a game against the New York Knicks.
Does it count if you don't believe the fact happened, that it is still a fact? Okay.
Give me the 1985.
Nope.
Way before that.
No, way before that.
50s.
And Wilt is the outlier.
What?
Kidding.
I was like, what is he saying?
Nah, your Pettit's 64.
Is the All-Star Game MVP?
Yeah.
I'm okay. So here's like Oscar Robertson only won 1 MVP.
67.
So those things could have happened the same year.
Did they win 67?
Who?
The Celtics.
Yeah, now we're into like Bill Russell's Celtics.
Yeah.
Okay.
They won 11 out of 13.
John
There was 2
Havlicek.
years they didn't win. I'm gonna say they didn't win the year that Wilt scored. They
They may have.
I think the outlier is the Wilt 100 game, and I think the year, it's like 62.
I like 64 better.
64 it is.
Final answer. Can I get a final answer?
Yep.
Well, hang on, real quick.
1964, you're saying the Celtics did not win a championship.
No, I'm
You're
saying
saying
they
you
would
did.
have. They
Bob
would have.
Pettit was All-Star Game MVP, and Oscar
Okay.
Robertson was MVP in 1964.
Okay.
So it wasn't.
So Wilt's the outlier.
It wasn't Bill Russell. It wasn't Havlicek. It wasn't. A Celtics player. We're saying that Oscar Robertson won out of an astounding year that year. In
I know I can
1964.
count on you, Cactus. I know I can count on you, Johnny.
He's got one. Wilt's got 2, I think. Bill's got 5. But
All
Pettit
right.
gets the All-Star
You asked
game.
for it.
Yes, 64 is the year. 64 is the year.
Okay, final answer 64 is the year.
64 and
Outlier is.
you know what? The outlier is Oscar Robertson.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Locking in both.
Lock it in.
You've got more time if you want it.
Okay, don't lock it in. Keep it unlocked.
No, keep it
Lock
there.
it up.
No,
He's
don't
getting
lock
you.
it
Do I
up.
have my key?
Unlock.
Where are
Do I
my
have
keys?
my keys? No, the outlier is Wilt's 100-point game.
Okay.
64. Wilt's
64
100 point
is
game.
the year.
Wilt's 100-point game is the
Wilt-
outlier.
He got
64. 64 Wilt.
64 and Wilt.
Yeah.
Nope.
Damn it.
It was Oscar.
No, 1962 is
I was
the year.
right.
And the outlier is Oscar
Oh,
Robertson.
no.
Oscar Robertson.
No.
Man, that is nightmare-inducing.
Sorry.
That's keeping me up at night.
All I had to say was you got more time.
I know. I was telling you, like, don't
it's
get off of
funny
it.
how it's crazy how sometimes you guys are like, I don't give a shit. Fuck your games. I'm not playing into your mind games. And then other times you're like, yeah. Oh my god, he's so right. Like it's insane.
I
you
knew
know?
right when you said it. I was like, don't swivel.
Yeah, obviously the third one is just that one's a shit show. That's shooting fish in a barrel
Oh.
with no water
With no gun.
because there's holes in the
Because
barrel.
you've been shooting them.
in the barrel. How'd you get him in the first place?
How'd you miss?
All right. You know what I realized, and this isn't an always thing, but just for today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus first, and then we'll hit props to you.
Okay.
Just because of the way I want to do it.
Okay.
So that was Time Warp. We'll recap that game
There
in
we
just a moment.
we don't have to.
But fantasy focus first for our YB freaky boys and girls, freaky people.
Let's do it.
Fantasy freaks. So,
Good song.
thanks, bud. I didn't make it. Here are the standings.
Hot dog.
Let's show this to the folks. Here are the standings.
Yeah, they are.
Our boy Trey up there in first.
Oh yeah.
Looking good.
Yes, sir.
6-2, and he's smoking teams too. Like
You go, girl.
Trey looks like a fucking juggernaut this year, dude. Trey looks crazy. Now, Justin and I had this comment earlier before he got here. He just scooped Franz Wagner because he didn't have anybody in the IR spot.
Which is great.
But that's the thing. He ain't got nobody injured yet.
What? Who does?
He ain't got-
I've had somebody injured. LaMelo just got injured.
Fair point.
And I got AD. Hear me out. I got AD. That's every single day is either probable, questionable.
now you
Well, but that's used. But now you can't flip him inside and out.
I can some days.
You can.
I can use it like to make a move to like make a stream.
No, because now you have Franz.
No, you have
in the
Franz
way.
in your IR.
But
so
I can
it's a
move
de-
them out if they have a red flag. I can move them into my.
Well, yeah, but what would be the significance of it? Because it's going to be a dead spot either way.
I can move it for a day.
But the,
You're going to drop Franz, is what you're saying?
Just my strategy has been working out.
I'm not doubting
Just
your
watch me
strategy.
work.
I'm just trying to clarify.
So what I would do is, so like I'd keep Franz in my. I'd keep Franz in.
Track, right?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I have
Sorry,
not-
what?
Yeah, because watch me work.
We have, and you've been great.
Yeah.
No, I'm giving you a compliment. Like, but it also is like, I have been very injured. Justin has been extremely injured. Bob's dealt with a little bit here. Your third best player is LaMelo. Your second or third best player?
You've been injured. My team's been injured.
My team is
My
called
team-
Web Embiid.
My team has been
crazy injured.
my team has been injured.
Not as much as mine.
Not as much as Justin's. No team has been as injured as his team.
But hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
So I've either had Ayton injured, Schroeder injured, or Jalen Johnson has a red flag. Dude, I've had like every day or each
Sure, but-
day I have like 3 or 4 players that are red flags, so I can move those in and out.
Sure, but we're also talking about like LaMelo is a significant player long-term injury, right? Whereas like he's dealt with the Embiid thing, he dealt with the Paolo thing. Zion was my second best player when he got injured. He's out long-term now. Brandon Ingram out long-term now. Like we've both dealt with like significant players out long-term, whereas I think you've just had like flags here and there outside of the LaMelo thing. That's what I'm saying. Does that make sense?
And
Guys, we've all had
does it
some
make
trauma.
sense? Does it make sense?
Bob, have you dealt with
No.
injuries?
Does it make sense? Because LaMelo's back tonight. He's already got me.
Oh, he's
53
back
points.
already?
Yeah.
No,
So
yes,
I'm
no,
not
okay.
worried.
No,
that's
I
what
guess-
I'm saying is I knew he
I
was.
don't think you're understanding what I'm trying
And
to
I'm
tell
talking to
you.
him. I'm not talking to you.
Oh,
so that can't be
whoa.
points. Yeah, no.
But anyway,
we're all three talking.
Outside of the question thing, I don't think you understand what we're saying. Which means now that you have Franz,
Mm-hmm.
when those players have the flag, right? The good thing about having the IR spot open was when they had the red flag, you could put them into the IR spot and
Yeah.
pick up a player.
It's
now
just-
that Franz is there, you cannot do that.
I can.
No, you cannot because you,
Because
you'll
even
have
if-
too many players.
I haven't even needed to do that though.
Right,
even
right.
with LaMelo being there
And
the
you've
last
had
2
a
weeks.
very blessed season with
And
healthy
that's
players.
what I'm
is that why
saying.
you said that's ass this morning and then unsent it? And
It is.
then,
No,
is
no.
it because he sent you and was
I
like, it's
said-
good, bro? Watch
I
him
said
work.
it is.
Oh, I didn't say
Sunny.
anything.
I
I was
said
sleeping.
it
I
is
was sleeping.
such
Well,
ass.
you did send
I
a
said it
message.
was such ass.
You did send a message to try to haggle my Damian Lillard trade.
Oh, I told somebody that was getting fucking fleeced that he was getting fleeced.
But you can't do
Speaking of being
that.
fleeced.
What do you mean? It's an
Speaking of being
opinion.
fleeced, listen to this.
I
Trade
get- you're the
offered me-
commissioner.
Speaking of being fleeced, hold on.
Hold on. First of
the
all,
commissioner.
First of all, I gave it to him as an. I'm also a participant in the league.
Hear me out.
He's not Roger
Hear me
Goodell.
out. While he's working a deal, because
I gave
Everett
him-
was texting
I
me.
gave him my opinion. I didn't veto.
is
I didn't
fantastic.
veto it.
But you were working a deal with him, so that's kind of like insider stuff. It was kind of like the Paolo thing when
Hey,
we were
I
drafting.
didn't use my
and he's
vote.
like, draft Paolo. That's the guy you need to draft, Bob.
I didn't vote to
didn't even
veto
draft
it.
And then we're talking
Why
about
me?
we're talking about my Trae Young and my 80. It's working out for me. My strategy will work out.
You're doing
I
well.
have Franz. Franz will come back in a month, 2 months, and I'll be good. I'm gonna beat John this week.
Well,
I'm gonna
yeah.
beat
Obviously,
you next
yeah.
week.
well, that's TBD.
That'll be a showdown. That'll be interesting.
I'm
First
just
of all,
being
hang
confident.
on. I need to clear up the collusion thing here because, real quick, all I did there was give him advice about how a bad trade he was making was a bad trade.
But it's not
what
that
I
bad.
did. You go.
It was
go-
a
you
horrible-
go.
terrible.
It was a
It's
terrible
horrible.
trade.
We all disagree with you, Trey.
You
it was
go ahead.
terrible.
When
You
you're
go
looking
ahead.
up fantasy
No.
points in the
You go
whole
ahead.
grand scheme of things,
I'll
real
wait till
quick.
you're done.
Okay. Just like, okay, because we're talking about I'll bring up the Dennis Schroeder thing too. When
Please.
you're looking up package deals, because you even thought about it, when you're looking up a player who scored 2,062 points, fantasy points, and Dennis Schroeder and Kobe White, where you guys both said are bad deals for a Ja Morant who may not even play. That's a risk.
That was a real trade offer.
That's a risk.
Oh, I got a trade
But
offer
look,
from that as well.
let's look up what John Morant scores. What he scored this year in fantasy points. Let's look it up.
You're looking at overall
No,
total
we're not
numbers
looking
that
it up.
I've had
No,
Andrew
look it
John
up.
Morant.
Listen,
Look it up.
Everybody
Look it up.
We are not analyzing trades right now. What we are doing
Okay.
is talking about the
So,
standings.
but if you're gonna say that's a bad trade, we're gonna hear that.
Hang on,
It's
let's-
such
hang-
ass.
hang-
That's
hang-
not a
hang
bad
on,
trade.
hang on.
You even thought about
First
it.
of all,
you wanted to
first of all-
text.
first
You
of all-
want receipts?
First off, listen. Me giving
I'm
advice
crying.
as someone else, as a participant,
945 points. I'm sorry. No, my point is being proved. 2,062 points is 945 points. It was a bad trade, guys. Terrible.
And
You
what's,
can only play so many
Terrible trade.
players.
Terrible trade, but it doesn't. He needed a forward, but it would. I had players that would have matched that.
and what's
Or are they
Schroeder's
just
role
guards?
going to be now? What's his role going to be now?
Who's Schroeder?
Schroeder.
He's gonna play even better.
Why?
Guaranteed. Yeah,
Justin.
knock the points. I don't care about the
Well,
points.
like
I'll
a
lose
hope-
this month, but
is
I'm getting my
is
point
that a
across.
hope
I don't
thing?
care.
Listen.
No.
Here's the thing. If you're going to accuse me of collusion here, the thing is, I am the
collusion.
commissioner.
Oh, sorry.
It is not collusion, Trey, because me saying to someone, hey, this is a bad trade, is, first of all, I have more power to, I could just, first of all, cancel the trade. That would be collusion. Me saying this is so one-sided that I'm just not going to allow it. That's the power that I have. So
You
I could
could
have just
veto it.
Exactly. But I also could have voted as a manager in the league to say, hey, I don't like this trade. I didn't do that either.
Yeah.
I also didn't text anybody else in the league and say, hey, are you seeing this fucking trade? This is ridiculous. Let's not allow this and do it. All it would have taken was one more person if I really didn't want the trade to go through.
For sure.
Him and I were already texting about fantasy, and he texts me asking me about roster moves and shit. And I go, hey, by the way, this trade is insane. And he goes, I don't know. I think Drummond's a good value piece. And I go, whatever, dude.
It's just little.
That is
it's
not
a little weird though. And then
A little
why'd
weird
you unsend
what?
the text? Why'd you unsend the text this morning?
Are we talking about the such ass text?
Because did you put a waiver in for Franz?
Yeah, and why the fuck were you number one? And it made no sense
Yeah,
that he's
why
on the top
wasn't
and he
it?
has. Yeah,
Well,
I'm curious why it is because
it
you haven't
rotates.
picked.
It rotates.
So it's not based on who you
'Cause I'm
picked last
curious,
person
too.
picked up.
No.
I am curious.
It's based off of waiver rotation.
Because I was ready to call collusion on your ass.
No.
No,
So because
I'm
here's the way
curious.
it works. So because most
Fair.
of our moves are based off of free agent signings and free agent ad drops and not waiver claims. It's only a waiver claim if the player is if the move will only go through until 1 o'clock the next day.
Like the orange plus.
Then it rotates.
So who's
see.
next? Can we see?
It's Kyle. Kyle's next.
Kyle's
I'll
next.
tell you
Okay,
right now, it's
gotcha.
Kyle.
Kyle's first. I'm third now because of the Franz thing. Trey is there, right? But
And we'll see how it works out. I'm not mad, and I'm not thinking you're cheating or anything. I just
Obviously I'm not cheating,
I had
but,
to throw it out there. I just had to
throw out what you're
Just-
saying that I'm like.
I had to throw out
what?
some information
Also, I
about
was
you.
never trying to
I
work
got
a deal with.
finagled
I
on
was
Paolo, I got
but I was
finagled
never
on
trying
Matt,
to work a
almost.
deal with Everett. I was never trying to work a deal with him, especially during that move there. So for you to say especially when that trade was going down, is
If
like
it was really bothering me, I would have said I
well,
would've
I know,
said
but
something.
also
I'm
you
just-
got to
I'm
be
just-
careful there, brother, because I am the commissioner here.
I'm just playing.
I
Hey,
need you to keep my
Michael's
boy's
fair.
name out of your
Michael's fair. Hey, they're talking.
I also think it's a touchy subject for me because I have in years past been accused of years and years ago been accused of collusion and such things. Such accusations have arisen.
And I get this dude De'Aaron Fox for Malcolm Brogdon and Michael Porter. Like I got hosed last year.
No.
So I'm
You
just
got second, dude.
I know, but because of my waiver and my plays, and I ended up getting DeMontis
Actually-
Sabonis. Thankfully, I got DeMontis
So
Sabonis.
you have nothing to complain about.
I mean,
Yeah.
I made a lot of moves. You can't say that it wasn't me making
Did I
moves
say
to
that?
do that.
Nobody said
No.
anything
I said
about
you just
that.
can't
Nobody said he
complain.
didn't.
I'm just
play
And you've
hard.
had a
I'm just
great
more saying
run.
that was a bad trade, though. Well, let's be honest. That was a terrible
I don't
trade.
think it
And
was
looking
nearly
back on it-
as bad as this trade.
When we're looking at fantasy points, what they're making, it's kind of fair to what, dude. My trade that I just offered you is way
I'm
better.
Sorry. I gave you.
It's
Trey,
way better.
Trey, I'm going to tell you straight up, and this is what I said in the text. I'm looking for a forward. What did you?
And
what
that
did
were
you
thinking
propose
about
back?
it. You literally said
Two
it makes me think
fucking
about it.
guards.
It makes me think about it.
2 fucking guards.
I'm
I want
crying.
one forward, and you tried to give me 2 guards. That's why it didn't go through. Let alone the fact you tried to give me Kobe.
You did say,
and
I'll think
Schroeder.
about that one. I need more forwards is my number one priority. Fair. You did say that. But, I mean, if you want to lose out on 1,000 and 1,200 points, that's
You're not selling the trade. Why would you want to lose out on the $1,000?
I don't even.
Yeah, why are you losing $1,000?
Why would you
Why do you want
lose
Shooter
$1,000?
who
I'm
you don't
keep-
know
I'm
what
keep-
team he's going to
I'm-
be
I'm
on? Why
keep-
do you want that?
I'm keeping my players now.
Sell me.
I don't want that trade anymore.
Okay, you don't want John
offered it-
Morant anymore?
No,
You
if you
got it.
offered it, I'd decline it right now.
Why did you want it though? Why did you
Because
want to lose $1,000?
right
Chat
there, I
is
got
going
Franz.
crazy.
I got Franz
God,
now.
dude.
What's he going crazy about?
No, Chad is going crazy
Chad.
about all this. They love it. They're like,
Well, no,
we got,
because,
the whitey
because-
freaks are being fed.
because
this segment.
it's gonna get real ugly here in a month, 2 months,
3 months.
3 months.
The
Okay.
right oblique injury. Paolo isn't even back,
It
by
doesn't
the
matter.
way.
I
2
get-
months out.
and here's-
hey, breaking news! I gave up Royce O'Neal for that guy. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll take it, I'll
You
take it
drop
any
any-
day.
No,
Of
we're
course.
not judging
No
that.
one is knocking that. That's a fantastic move. I was sitting there like, fuck, I wish I could pick up Franz, but I don't have the roster flexibility for it. Of
And I
course I
do.
can't fix it.
No,
That's
yes!
what we started by saying.
I thought you guys were kind of like throwing a shot. Like I don't know what he's gonna do with your
No,
roster.
I'm
Oh, my
saying
bad.
you've been fortunate enough that you
Sorry.
don't have a
15 minutes
long-term
later.
injury. That like
It's
I'm
your
nursing
cherry-
Zion,
cherry
he's
stuff.
nursing Paolo. We have like guys in our IR that actually are in injured reserve, not guys like Anthony Davis or LeBron or guys that you can able like flip in and out to you like utilize that 15th spot. A guy like a Paolo, a guy like a Zion, and now for you, a guy like a Franz, somebody that you're holding on to long term, simply limits roster flexibility. As of this morning, you had that flexibility.
Because
as of right now, you no longer have that flexibility. No one is criticizing you for it. But in a week, if someone gets injured, you might have to make a tough decision. Same way I did with Zion and now Brandon Ingram. Today, I had to let go of Brandon Ingram because I'm like, I simply can't have 2 dead roster spots on my team, especially for a 50-point game, a 50-point a game guy. That's just what we're saying. You're in first place. You're doing fantastic. For sure. Compliments all around.
Nothing
you're
to complain
You're in
about.
first place by 600
Nothing.
points, by the way, and you're shitting on people. I don't know what you got so heated about.
No, I thought
6-2 by a landslide.
You're in first place
because
now.
you guys were saying like I don't have any like guys hurt. Like I got red flags every day on
That's
my
not
roster,
hurt.
so I
That's
can-
not hurt to me.
but I can move them
Yes.
into my IR, and
Yes.
I do
And
that
I was
all the
saying
time.
that
and
you
kill the
can't,
Blazers
but I
shot.
was whole point was
now
saying that you
you-
can't do it now.
I
You
do
won't
it
be
all the
able-
time.
But you can't do it now.
I can.
No,
Trey,
you can't.
Oh my god.
And
Because
Hey,
you can
Will-
move them, but you
It's
won't.
just a
It will
simple-
mean nothing because the roster spot will be empty.
Gotcha.
It will be a dead spot either way because of Franz. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, but if you
It's
if
just
you got
different way of
so
looking at it.
the way you look at it on scheme of things, so it's a dead spot. But then if you got somebody that's playing 4 or 5 games and you got someone that's playing 3, how's that a dead spot?
So can I ask you a question?
No, how's that a dead spot?
So for what I'm trying to tell you, right now, do me a favor. Hop on the app on
All
your
right,
phone.
I'm right here.
Right. I want you to take somebody with a red flag and switch them for Franz.
Switch them for Franz.
Yep.
For like an out.
Just put them in there and then put Franz in
hold
your
on.
reserve.
And then see
I
if
want
it's
you to try and
correct.
just pick up a player.
See if it's correct.
Pick up. Wait, what do you mean?
That's what I've been trying to tell you the whole time.
I can.
Listen,
I can do. I do it all the time, bro. I literally move like so. Lamelo's been in the
Yes,
IR.
yes, but now you
So
have
what-
someone who is injured long term. If you want to keep Franz to the point that he plays again without dropping him, you have to either keep him in your IR or then move him to your bench, which there's no point in switching them, right? Because he's not like he's going to play again.
I mean, if I move him to my bench for a night where I can pick up somebody, like let's say
You
somebody's
won't
on a
be
red
able
flag.
to pick up anyone, Trey. Your roster is full. You have 15 full spots.
That's what we're trying
Okay,
to say.
so what I'm saying. Okay,
Is this
my
Am I
no,
fucking taking crazy pills?
no. Listen,
I am.
fuck, like god damn. So my bottom player is Eve Missy. I drop him. Cool.
Sure, yes, of course.
And then I pick somebody up.
No.
I don't give a fuck about
Yes,
him.
Yes,
absolutely.
cool.
That's
That's what we were
normal.
saying.
I will take that
That's
risk
nor-
for Franz Wagner.
No,
like,
of course, that's normal
Are we-
roster rotation.
Yes.
We're talking
No,
about
that's
if
not what-
You're talking about somebody who's literally scored 600 more points. You don't think I know how to work my roster?
You just didn't understand what we were trying to tell you.
Okay,
so-
I didn't, but I know how to do it myself.
No,
Sorry.
I hear you. No, you're fine.
I wasn't comprehending what you
all
guys
we
were
saying. Was your
but
roster flexibility?
watch me work, like I
your
said.
flexibility got less. That's all
that's
we were trying to
all we're
say.
saying is that
It's
like
fine.
yes,
I'm
if
600 points ahead.
Okay.
if a long-term injury
Jesus.
arises, like if Trey gets nicked and is out for like a month or something, then you have to, you're obviously not going to drop Trey. Then you're going to have to deal with like a situation where it's like, okay, am I going to drop Franz or something like that
Yeah,
in
yeah, I
order
get
to
that.
preserve? That's the only thing we were ever saying.
And I'll take that risk because I have
That's
the room to
fine.
make that
Of
risk.
course, right
Yeah.
now you do,
Yeah.
and that's what we were always saying. Kyle is in
fine.
third place at 5-3, and I'm in
Sorry, I
second
wasn't
there,
covered.
6-2, 600 points behind Trey. There, we're same record, 600 points. I'm facing Justin this week, so it should be a hell of a matchup. I hope I get a win, but I don't know. My guys are looking a little dicey recently. Although Luca looks back and he might be fucking around wanting to play for real this time. Excuse me. Kyle 5-3, Justin 5-3, separated by 500 points. So this week will probably determine fourth, third, maybe even second, depending on what happens there. Bob took who'd you lose to?
I didn't lose.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, I'm so sorry. What happened? Who'd you play?
Rookie mistakes.
Oh, so you got your win, but
Yep, got my
you're
bye.
you're just behind on points there.
Yeah, it was that weird week with the Emirates Cup. And so
the
obviously
Emirates NBA Cup. This was weird. This was a weird week. So
have a holly jolly Christmas,
and then
y'all.
Dab Dunkers, John's team, and Rookie Mistakes.
By the way, I asked Everett why he dropped him, and he said
Dropped who? Oh.
Franz, and he's like, at this point, I'm just trying to get a win each week, and I'm like, bro, you got to keep those type of players. Like, I don't know if you know how this works.
Well, I
but-
mean, there's nothing he can do to get a win. I don't think that he could. I don't think. I mean,
I was just,
I'm going to be honest. I don't think. I mean, the only team he would stand a chance against would be John.
And John's team is the best player in the league on it.
By a mile. So I just don't see it.
For sure.
Okay.
Sorry, Everett.
So that was fantasy focus. Jesus fucking Christ.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. All right. Okay, we're good. I'm sure there were some questions in there that we missed, but Justin, why don't you why don't we just chronologically, why don't you recap what did he say points?
What did he say points? You 200, us 100.
Okay, why don't you recap?
You 600, us no points.
Damn. And
Yeah.
why don't you recap
Give me 1
the
second.
day as a whole? As a whole,
Do you
sorry.
get those points that I lose?
Add 7.
No,
Michael?
they just removed from you.
Remove. Okay, I didn't know.
Oh, that number.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what we're gonna
Just give me
do
1 second, I'm doing
is,
a little
yeah,
bit of
absolutely. And once we get this number figured out, in just a moment,
got
we're
you.
gonna
I'm
fucking
done.
kick it on over to our segment
Bob and I each have 100 points
on the day.
on the day.
Wow.
You win the day. You do have 800 points.
Hell yeah.
Trey.
Yeah.
Hi, buddy.
Oh man.
You didn't wind up too bad.
No?
You have negative 230 points on the day.
No fucking way. How many times did we get him?
Not bad.
20. We got him 33 times.
33
Jesus
times.
Christ.
Negative 2. So what are
So
what
you
are my points
lost
out?
330 points.
Okay.
Good God. That was more than I thought. And I'm sure we missed some in there,
Well,
but you know what?
on
It's
the
fine.
day you lost 230 because you got 100 from
Was
what
that
he
the points I won last week?
I
I think that was like around that.
Probably.
Something like that.
around
So you're
that.
back
Yeah,
to zero
yeah,
pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah, the 300 points you won.
It pulls me to last.
Right
so.
back.
Yeah.
Okay, so I won the day. Is
Yeah.
that right? Okay, so you know what that means. It's time to
Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Hit it.
Jesus.
Spin
The Hawks are gonna win the NBA Cup.
Yes!
Ah shit.
Uh-oh, you suck.
Opposite bet. So we'll cover that in just a
that's
second.
new one.
That's the new one last week's
it's-
one.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Yeah, we added that one.
Yeah, that's
Oh
the
wait,
one.
I picked someone else's bet.
You
or
have to
I just
bet
my bet just
against.
flipped?
Nope.
betting.
You have to bet against.
Someone else.
Yeah.
You have to take the other one.
My
Right?
Sabonis.
Yeah. So we choose
Oh, okay.
what the other
Yes.
bet is.
No. I choose my own bet against someone
Oh,
else.
sure.
Yeah.
Lane.
Yeah.
Of the three of you, you three have your best decided.
We have our bets decided.
I
already.
choose
What do you
the
think? Winning
opposite.
points is a privilege? You get something good?
I'm pulling
Come
my
on.
Connor Wade. I'm going opposite of Bob. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. All right. Well,
hit it
now
then. Get
that
it.
we've got that figured
That
out, let's
guy.
go to props to you.
Another exciting episode of Props to
Bow.
You. Here we are, everybody. Hey, Trey.
Hey, Justin.
You had a rough day. A lot of questions thrown at you. A lot of hate potentially thrown at you. Versus
My pick isn't in
for your
there.
point of, yeah, because you don't have it anymore.
Sorry.
You are in last place. Things are kind of rough for you right now. You are back-to-back punishment winner. He won the punishment. I don't know what you want to tell you. You have Sabonis over 20.5 points versus the Denver Nuggets tonight. You have 2,070 points. How How many points would you like to bet, Trey?
You know what, Justin?
What?
I'm gonna play conservative. Can I get that?
Can I get that? Can I get my thing?
I'm playing conservative this year. 1,000 points.
Oh, yes.
I like it when he does that. Oh, Bob.
Fuck. Cade Cunningham triple-double.
Bob.
Against who?
Yeah, against the Heat. Keontae George over 14.5 points versus the Los Angeles Clippers.
Keontae.
Yeah.
Keontae.
You need to find some more
Give me
wine
Keontae.
names
You got-
for players.
I can do that. I'll look into them.
2,200
Can that be your
points.
bucket next week?
Yeah, sure.
How many points
Done.
do you want to bet?
Don't be scared.
Keontae George. I mean, obviously the second man out of Baylor, 14.5. He's been playing really well lately. 300.
You saw the guy play, right?
Yeah, I did. Saw him live actually.
Hey,
He's
Justin.
fantastic.
Yeah, what's going on? You're in first place. I mean, kind of. I'm tied, but I do appreciate that. You've got Nikola Jokic, best player in the league. Yeah, best player in the league. 50.5 points, rebounds, and assists for the shitty-ass Sacramento Kings. I'm going to bet 500 big ones on that. And that leaves the decision to the wheel spinner, the real winner of today's big chicken dinner, Michael. Who are you betting against?
I'm doing very fast research here. Sabonis over 20.5 versus Denver looks yummy, but I'm actually...
You get the under, by the way, so you get the opposite of that. bet.
Right.
I got you.
I'm actually going to go opposite. Now, I still get to choose my points.
Yeah.
Of course. So I'm going to go opposite of Keontae George.
Obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not taking my money against Jokic. The fuck?
Why not? It'd be fun.
The fuck?
We can verse each other in a second thing this week. You know what I mean?
No.
Oh, okay, whatever. Fine. That'll be cool.
I'm fine losing to you once, dude. Just kidding. I'm gonna win, dude. I'm gonna win.
dude.
I don't know. I don't have my roster looks a little iffy.
I don't want to hear
Yeah,
it.
I will take Keontae George under 14.5
Yeah.
against the Clippers. You want to know why? Because John Collins is gonna score 30.
How many points?
30.
All right.
30.
So, geez Louise.
How many points?
I want
Yeah, how many points betting?
1,000?
Oh, sorry. How many points to bet? So he bet 500.
Yeah, he did.
If he wins, he'd get to 2,500. He bet 1,000. Golly, I'm just gonna fuck around and bet
Shoot or shoot.
100, 200,
2,100?
200.
Well,
there it is.
That makes me want to.
Connor Wade and I on the same. Yeah, Connor Wade says once again betting $50 against Bob. He missed the last 2 weeks. Let's go 3 for 3, baby.
You're out here paying this man's bills.
Hell yeah,
you know
dude.
what I mean?
Connor Wade. We're
He's
on
on
the
the
same
hate
page.
list, so whatever.
John Anthony, Connor, and Cactus. I'll keep you guys posted if that thing we talked about in the chat is develops into something real. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I want it to be known before the show. Put a timer on the screen, and Bob was like, "Thank God, these 90-minute episodes gotta stop." Here we are at an hour
I just noticed
and
that.
40 minutes.
98.
Yeah, 98. Woo! It's been a fun, but hey, we're having fun, right?
Trying to find it.
You know what? We're having a good time. Cool. So, before we sign off here, again, go to yebasketball.com for exclusive YB merch. I lost my mouse. There it is. Go to yebasketball.com for exclusive YB merch. We've got t-shirts, mugs, hats, stickers, hoodies with a bunch of great designs. Yebasketball.com for YB merch. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Again, be sure to like, subscribe, rate 5 stars, share with friends, and follow us at EA_basketball on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Add me on the ground.
And just a reminder, we are recording and streaming live from the Yay Studio.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Bob, what do you got for the people?
Yeah, following up on what I mentioned earlier, not feeling judged by what I'm wearing around my friends. I went to a party yesterday. It was an elves and Hobbit themed one, very Lord of the Rings-esque.
Cool.
So I show up in a Hobbit-inspired fit. You know, it's got some really nice loose canvas-esque pieces. I got a cardigan on. It's really, really homely, you know, stuck in the Shire. You're going to curl up with a book, Hobbit-inspired. This bitch had the audacity to be like, "You're a Hobbit?"
Ugh.
And it literally was like, A, I'm going to the bathroom to cry. And B, who do you think you are? In that order. So
Did you have the ears on?
Thanks. No, those are elves. Thank you, though.
Hobbits have the feet.
Clear. It's okay. So I went Hobbit, but I got gate kept on not being a Hobbit enough. So thanks, guys, for never gatekeeping me.
Do you think it's because you're so tall?
I think it's because of many reasons.
Oh, we just don't like this person.
You know what I think you should have
Yeah,
done?
maybe.
Beat her ass.
I really hope it wasn't.
Catch a charge. Just quickly, Mystic Mark says, speaking of dress, why is Michael wearing an In-N-Out shirt? Why the fuck aren't you?
Oh!
Because I'm a big-ass fan.
What up?
He's big ass.
I'm a big-ass fan.
I'm a big ass
ceiling fan. I love In-N-Out. That's why. What the fuck? I've got like 7 of these.
In-N-Out's the best.
If you've been watching for a long time, you probably noticed I've got a lot of these. Justin, what you got for the people, buddy?
What I got for the people? I've got. Oh, they never mentioned it during the show. Dang it!
What?
Real quick.
Oh, NBA Cup idea.
NBA
Fast.
Cup idea. Ready? Very fast,
Here we
very
go.
quick. Just give your thoughts on it 1 second. NBA Cup. We're going to change it next season. It's going to be a straight 2 weeks. We're going to take those 2 weeks off. All the teams are flying to Las Vegas. They're
Yikes.
playing all of the round games in the first week, and then they're playing the 1 round knockout games in the playoff games in the second week. We're just going to have that be the thing. It's a whole event, just like the All-Star Game weekend is.
Bubble style.
Bubble style.
Lock them in.
Lock them in.
Owners won't approve it. Too much home money lost.
You're only losing 2
Trey.
home games.
Trey, what do you fuck with? No, what? Group stage is more than that.
Nope, they're 4 games.
What do I fuck with?
Group stage is 4 games. So you play 2 on the road, you play 2 in your home arena. So you're only losing 2 home games.
But per, yeah, 2 per team.
Yeah,
but
but
total.
yeah,
you gotta
you're
think of
only
total revenue.
Yeah, but you're only losing 2 home games. I don't care if the Sacramento Kings guy is also losing 2 home games.
Well, yes, except it is a pool.
Yes, but you make it a big event, then you split the whole thing for the whole
Yeah,
thing.
except I don't know if you noticed, and this is a good thing. Ticket cost of Vegas they plummeted. What was it, like
it wouldn't
60%?
if you made it an event.
Yeah, but I think it's a good thing for normal people and for the league if ticket costs are reasonably
Are those ticket
priced.
costs less than ticket costs for, I don't know, the Wizards? Like,
how much were tickets?
Nobody gives a shit about the. We could, like, it was like, I think it was like $70 to go to the semifinals.
yeah.
I would have went to that.
Trey, what do you fuck
Absolutely,
with?
if I lived in Vegas, for sure.
Yeah, you also
Sorry,
got to fly to Vegas.
What do you got?
but yeah.
What do I got? Well, since I'm in last place right now, I guess it's fitting that it's National Underdog Day. So fingers crossed that Domantas Sabonis hits his over.
You're also in
20.5
first place,
points.
though, if you think about it.
It's Beethoven's birthday.
That's right.
I'm more of a Bach guy.
Before we
also
sign off, it's our random weather update of the week, and it's Milwaukee. God damn, it's cold out there. 33 degrees right now, but tomorrow it's fucking freezing as shit. 12 degrees, and that shit's gonna snow.
What's the
Y'all
wind
guys,
chill?
No, I'm not pulling it up. So there it is. Fucking cold, and it's gonna snow. Y'all say warm out there. Thank you so much for listening. Goddamn, it's been a fun one. Cactus, Mystic Mark, John Anthony, D, Connor, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We love you all so much.
Thank you guys.
Cactus says we're gonna break the record, longest YB pod in the books. Thank you so much. We love you. See you next week.
Yay,
Yay,
basketball.
basketball. I didn't even do the video.